extraterrestrials?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Okay, I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super, thank you, and I yield back.
Convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony. In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers, and I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace. At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, two F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter. The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings. Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs.
Or not, it certainly scared the people living on this property. Now, before we show you that video, listen to their call for help.
There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it, and big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
Well, the 8 News Now investigators obtaining video as officers then responded to the call you just heard. You'll see the officers also saw something in the sky that night, but the big question is, what was it, and is it all connected?
Leave her alone.
It's almost midnight on May 1st when a Las Vegas Metro Police officer's body cam catches this, something flashing low in the sky.
911 emergency.
Minutes later,
there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Someone calls 911 reporting two large figures in their backyard.
No, I'm so nervous right now.
The 8 News Now investigators obtaining another officer's video as he's sent to the Northwest Valley home.
I have butterflies, bro.
Everyone thought a shooting star. Then these people say there's aliens in their backyard.
By now, it's more than an hour after that bright light. Officers meeting up with the caller and his family.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or?
They see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
What I saw right now, I do believe in it.
Police walk into the backyard to investigate, but Metro blacked out that part of the video because it's considered private property. What's clear, they're taking this call seriously.
Hey, this might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky?
Asking others what they saw.
I would normally discount it as nothing. However, seeing as one of my partners said they saw it too, only reason I'm actually investigating it further.
That investigation turning up no concrete answers as of Wednesday. Whatever or whoever fell into that yard, long gone within minutes.
Oh, hey, if those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
So yeah, this is quite weird, Brian was saying as we're watching this story. Now, we've been in contact with the family in that video, and as you heard in that 911 call, they seem very reasonable and honestly quite scared as you heard them in the call. No, they don't seem impaired in any way. And whatever crashed by the time that police got there was gone, but sources say that there's really no dispute. Something was in their yard. Exactly what? We do not know.
I mean,
NASA, CIA, or any other secret covert agency is carrying out mass deception on a global scale, the likes of which haven't been done before. It's a small sub-project which is a part of a larger project called the New World Order, and everyone knows what that is. However, before the first phase of Project Bluebeam can even begin, it needs to fulfill some prerequisites. Because Bluebeam is so wild, the world needs to go through some stuff before it is easily digestible by the masses. There needs to be a consistent stream of earthquakes or natural disasters. If you haven't noticed, the number of natural disasters has ballooned over the years. We have hurricanes, cyclones, and devastating earthquakes, all increasing and happening frequently. Then there needs to be a steady stream of conflicts. War. US invading Afghanistan, Russia invading Ukraine, the Middle East being destabilized, etc. Conflicts must occur in several places at once and must continue. Then there should be economic collapse. Don't forget that there was one in 2008 which was devastating. Yet economists predict that there will be another one that is coming in a few years, which will be much more destructive than its predecessor. Imagine it's like the Great Depression, but on a global scale. People will lose their jobs, homes, businesses, etc., which will lead to panic and depression, which will in turn lead to violence. Then there should be a shortage of food, necessity, and basic items. How is this possible? It's possible when you have a global pandemic like COVID that pretty much destroyed supply chains, leading to those very shortages. So, these are some of the prerequisites needed for PBB. Because they need the mass to be frustrated, hopeless, tired, and eventually unable to think rationally or think at all. They don't want to give people the ability to take a break and think rationally, and the only way they can do this is to complete the prerequisites in the shortest amount of time possible. Possibly within a time frame of 3 decades or less. Because within 3 decades you could condition and control an entire generation. Through the media and manipulation of information, it's very easy to do so, especially for a secretive agency that has all the power in the world. Project Bluebeam's first phase will be faking unidentified flying object encounters through highly advanced technology. Technology that is decades ahead of what is currently available in the market. What is that technology? It is extremely precise and dedicated holograms and lasers. You might be thinking, wait, holograms and lasers are very easy to spot? Actually, commercial holograms, or the ones we are used to, are easy to spot. But extremely advanced holograms that you can touch and feel, those are leaps and bounds ahead of what we currently have. Here's an example. In 2021, students from the University of Glasgow developed a hologram that you can touch and feel. They created a basketball hologram that you can touch and bounce, which pretty much acts like a normal basketball. And both the US and China already have built energy-focused weapons, laser beams that can rapidly shoot down enemy drones and aircrafts, etc. So my point is, if we have this kind of technology available to us already, you can be damn sure that there exists technology that is hidden away from people, that is leaps and bounds more crazy than this. But how can a hologram this advanced do things like this? How can it move so fast that pilots or pedestrians aren't able to follow it with the naked eye when it disappears? Because that's what happens, right? People see strange lights and strange objects, and then they disappear as quick as they come. Check out this Harvard scientist who explains it on concrete.
Like Project Bluebeam?
Yeah, good one.
What is that?
That's
lasers, right?
Yeah, I can actually talk about that one, but that is it's really bad, but you know the people that see orbs in the sky?
Yeah.
Go around that fly faster
UFOs?
than UFOs.
Yeah, there's Navy pilots. There's multiple Navy pilots who talk about they got their, so they were flying F-18s, these Navy pilots, and one of them's coming in here in 2 weeks. He's Ryan Graves.
Okay.
He's a Navy pilot flying off the coast of North Carolina, and they got their radar upgraded on their F-18s, and all of a sudden they were seeing these things darting around on their radar.
Okay. Don't tell him what I'm about to say and see if he knows about it.
Okay.
So what we do is we play with our own forces to make sure our trickery will work on the enemy. And those are directed energy weapons of where we do intersecting beams or focused beams into the atmosphere. And notice they're always in the atmosphere to excite the electron orbitals of the oxygen and nitrogen in our atmosphere, and it causes a glow and it causes ionization. That ionization shows up on radar, and it's like a cat laser pointer. and we're making planes chase them.
That's exactly how they describe these things moving, like laser pointers.
Yeah, and so we can do it in 3 space. We can make it look like...
In 3-dimensional space.
Yeah, and we can make it look like an entire fleet is about to drop bombs on, let's say, Europe, and then just have them disappear. And they get all their planes up in the air, and we attack them from the other direction, assuming we're attacking Europe.
Who is doing this? The Navy, you said?
Somebody. Let's just say a group. A group, you know.
And you know this for a fact?
I know for a fact, yeah.
So once they have this kind of weapon in place, the second part of the phase begins, which is to set up a fake alien invasion, which shouldn't be hard to do, and you might be wondering, how will the public react if they see this? You see, and this is my personal observation, there won't be a mass panic like the ones many are thinking. It's because people's minds have been conditioned through the media and other visual mediums on how to react when there is an alien invasion. You see, through movies, games, and TV shows, they've slowly conditioned people over the years to put complete faith and trust in their government. What happens in most alien invasion movies? The aliens are the bad guys and the government agencies are the good guys. And in the end, they save the day. That is the same script that every alien movie follows. So it'll all follow like a movie script where once an alien invasion comes, people will slowly but surely accept submission to the government and follow rules and won't complain, just like what happened with COVID. And then after the invasion comes the unification of the world, Phase 3. But before that can happen, one of the prerequisites needs to be fulfilled, which I didn't mention, which needs to be mentioned, and that is the complete eradication of any and all traditional religion. You see, the whole purpose of Project Bluebeam is to install a central government that will rule the world. One world government. And the person in charge of this world government must be an all-powerful being who people will follow blindly, a false god. He will be Dajjal, or he is sometimes known as the Antichrist. Under him, this project also aims to bring a new religion with him as the god. They will make whoever is the Antichrist do things beyond human comprehension. People will be fooled into thinking he's doing miracles. And to ensure his arrival is as smooth as possible, they aim to eradicate traditional religions, moral values, and principles. To eradicate any semblance of being human, they'll desensitize people to everything, to violence, gore, and hypersexuality. And if you ask me, that's currently what's happening now. However, once that's been done and a new religion has been created, people will flock towards him, women especially. And they will flock to him because he will be their new savior. Because he will come in a time where the world will have no hope left. Only madness and chaos. People will lose all sense of rationality and will easily accept him as a god if he promises to deliver them to safety from their hardships. Even in Islam, sources say that when he will arrive, people will run towards him. So it is advised to the believers that they should instead run away from him as far as possible.
Some protons, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon.
The Metro officer sees something, the neighbor sees something. I mean, so what could it be?
Well, we know that there are obviously a lot of military bases around this area. George Knapp covers a lot of that stuff for us on the 80s Now Investigators. We're showing you drone video from above that area. And we know, of course, Creech not far away, Nellis Air Force Base not far. I checked in with them. They say they are not involved at all, and we are waiting to hear from the Pentagon as well.
And you talked to these people. It seemed completely legitimate to you. And do you have any personal thoughts on maybe what it was?
Right. So it seems from talking to our sources that something happened. There was obviously some flash in the sky. A lot of people saw it that night on the night of April 30th, early in the morning on May 1st. Did that exact thing land in their yard? I don't know. But these people said they saw some SUV circling the area. Could this have been some piece of equipment that malfunctioned? Maybe they saw something and then someone came. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Right.
Someone came and
Picked
retrieved it from the backyard in the SUV. We don't know. This all comes as a former high-level intelligence officer, a veteran, was on News Nation talking about how there is a program where the government collects some unidentified objects. So this might be that. We just don't know. We're going to work to find out, though.
And
Brian
no
Denise.
substances. They were looking with clear eyes. Goodness.
Very interesting.
Not big buggy eyes, though.
This is really unique. Thank you, David.
In the year 2024, a global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order. Once this happens, we as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation. My name is Joseph Spencer. From May 1970 to October 1997, I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black. In the year 2024, a global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order. Once this happens, we as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation. My name is Joseph Spencer. From May 1970 to October 1997, I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black. In the year 2024, a global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order. Once this happens, we as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation. My name is Joseph Spencer. From May 1970 to October 1997, I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black. In the year 2024, a global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order. Once this happens, we as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation. I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black. In the year 2024, a global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order. Once this happens, we as a people will be doomed to enslavement and accelerated depopulation. My name is Joseph Spencer. From May 1970 to October 1997, I served the United States government as a top secret operative, but not in a category that is commonly known or understood. I was known as a man in black.